Curious?
Hello everybody and welcome on into the Aurora Esports Overwatch Clash Week 4 matchup between the Casablancan Cappy Blappies. I think I switched the L's in those letters, but anyway, Handsome Hogs and the other team. Both these teams undefeated so far this season. So this is kind of the clash of the Titans here, especially going in towards playoffs with only 2 matches left, including this one for both these squads. This one win could prove very pivotal in their playoff hopes. So yeah, we are going to be starting out here on Lijiang Tower. I should say I will be your play-by-caster Booney, and joining me today is going to be ManiaMoon. And I mean, Mania, what do you see? The kind of the last game on this Zarya patch. Both these teams, of course, undefeated. So is there any players in this matchup that kind of really stand out to you as someone we should be looking for, or what do we think we're going to see on both these sides here?
Oh my god. If they're both undefeated, I'm very excited to see what happens here. I'm a little familiar with both teams here, so before this Zarya patch, I obviously expect to see a good amount of Zarya here, so we'll see what happens. I have no guesses because both teams are pretty good at this point.
I mean, just like you said, both these teams are going to be very strong here. Starting out on Control Center for our first point of Lijiang Tower. This is one where we could maybe see a Reinhardt shenanigan pulled out, but again, like you said, I think we're going to be seeing a lot of Zarya. Last hurrah for the Zarya patch with the Aurora Esports. Just get a slight nerf, and I think we're going to start going monkey mode in our next patch. But of course, that's just hopeful me, the Winston main, screaming and hoping to get out of Zarya jail. But speaking of Zarya, we are going to be seeing poke start out on that. But Yoda's going to be locking that Reinhardt. Maybe we'll see him stick with it, but I highly doubt it. I think the comp, though, for the Handsome Hogs over there with the Zarya and Junkrat looks pretty strong from the onset.
Yeah, similar lineup for healers here, so I think the healer's going to match a little bit better with the Junkrat and the Sim for here.
I think an important thing to point out here as well is Papatricia is ringing, and she's still looking for that first win as not a captain of her own team. A huge Anthony to start off here from Flip-Flop, though, allows Sin to go hard on the Genji, get those dash resets. Tracy Fall is very weak, but allows to get out with the poke bubble. But the Cappy Blappies take a very strong first fight there with a huge Antinate off that on from Flip-Flop.
Nice.
Aslover's gonna come in, Yoda playing very aggressive, but Trey is in the back line, gets a dash through on Power Tree State. They lose out on that Ana healing, and E-Meister goes down as well. Both the ringers have fallen for the handsome Hogs, and they are going to be forced to retreat out here. I mean, Yoda close to the shatter here. We could be seeing a Nano Blade as well. Not really too much bailing up here for the side of the Hogs, as they're going pretty hard on the defense here for the Cappy Blappies.
Oh, this is such a steamroll right at this very moment. Oh god, Sin really getting just the first pick every time here.
And here comes the Nano Blade. 2 kills for Sin so far this fight, looking to possibly get a third. Yes, they are going to get it. Tree falls so weak. Trey is touching the spawn doors. What just happened? Trey just exploded.
His hubris is too much.
That could be big coming up here because Goku has tires, so he could look to engage hard on this here. Unless Yoda's a fatty shatty, looking to line it up here. Goku using this tire, looking to get 8 kills. Gets 2 kills with it. Yoda is just standing there menacingly, the shield up, and is gonna go down. So, like you said, Trey's hubris, I think, might pay him back with a bit of a point loss here. As Yeetmeister is there with the fully charged rail shot, looking to get the kill in. But the Hogs are going to flip back over here at about 65%.
Yoda coming in without his team right now, so okay, there we go. He's backing up a bit.
Yeah, Yoda's looking for the shatter, but it's really hard with both these Zari bubbles. Can't go anywhere, and it can be forced up first double, but the shatter goes down, and it's massive from Yoda. But the Nano comes in on a poke to keep him up, and Pokestal's grab here. They trade out 2 for 2 here, the DPS. Red Cat is trying his best to bring it back in his favor. Yeetmeister has that overclock, looking to get those headshots, get those kills. Yoda flying instantly for Yoda. It's going to go down to Yeetmeister, but Red Cactus found a third. This fight, Red Cactus is trying his damnedest here to bring it back for the squad, but it's not going to be enough. As I mean, the shatter was huge, but those. Oh, okay, Red Cactus is not done just yet. He got the 4th pick. This fight is still alive, just running around being a nuisance, and might get out with their life here. They're going to grab
the 4th flip-flop.
And we do get a pause called from the side of the Cappy Blappies, and you know that's could be a question because we did see Yoda like walk, you know, staring at a wall, walk sideways for quite a long time, but it appears we got the R from the Blappies. We will go ahead and wait and see if the Hogs are ready as well. I can't type too many things because I have so many shortcuts set up that I will...
I can type for you if you need it.
Hog R. I need it. We gotta get the Hog R. Alright. Going back in. I don't think I muted anybody when I was doing that, but I apologize in advance if I have. But with Red Cactus going down there late, you can't really take this fight just as of yet, especially with flip-flop down too. But look at those ults coming up here for the side of the Blappies, though. They could just hard engage on these Ford ults.
I just want to see that throw that Nano Blade in and call it a day.
Yeah, 80%. They're going to engage hard with the beat here from Flambo Jambo, so taking a very aggressive stance, but the nade gets blocked. They're going to Nano up onto the Reinhardt, so they don't have for this Blade, and they got no kills, and Yoda just falling very weak, but they do get the point flip, and the Dragon is invested. But you used 4 ults, or 3 ults, they got 0 kills.
No kills, they just pushed them, which is something, but it's not enough because now they're going to be at a disadvantage.
Trey's got this Blade, Yo's going to charge in, not going to find anything, but Poke had forced to use a bubble. They're going to find Goku as well with a headshot from down main from Red Cactus. The swap onto the Hanzo here has been pretty extraordinary. Another headshot from Red Cactus, okay. Known for the Cassie gameplay, but the Hanzo coming in strong here. Poke, the Red Cactus again with a 3K here. Let him keep forward up, a nice 7%. I don't know if anybody can touch here. Yeah, Trey's going to just dive through, get the dash. And the Ryan comp proves strong at Control Center.
I'll be right back. I have to put my ice cream in the freezer.
Fair enough. I can take over for now. But yes, as I saw there on Control Center, it was just the Reinhardt's ability to use that shield to block most of that damage coming in from Goku on the Junkrat. That could be more aggressive. You know, we had Poke has 2 bubbles, of course, but with the Hanzo as well as the Genji, there's just so much spam damage coming through these chokes that the bubbles aren't getting the most value imaginable, not stopping like any huge damage coming through. And again, you saw Red Cactus just swap to the Hanzo was a huge selection for them. Able to get a lot of headshot picks early. You can't really stop the Zarya bubbles, so I think a really good start here out for the Cappy Blappies, especially Red Cactus on this Hanzo. Gonna stick with it. Yoda gonna swap over onto the Zarya, though. Not exactly very good here. On Gardens is going to be Reinhardt. Walking in here this first fight. Welcome back. I hope your ice cream is safe and sound in the freezer. But really the only swap here is Yo's gonna go over to the Zarya instead of the Reinhardt. Everything else stays mostly the same. Goku goes over to the Genji. Shrub pilled, if you know, you know. But both bubbles had to be used early by Yoda here, so Poe's gonna get pretty aggressive here. But look at Flambeau playing the bridge, doing his best Lee Jae-gon impression. The dash in from Sim, but they're all so weak. Yoda forced to get healed out here, but can't take the space with its squad. Pokemon weak as well. Goku's gonna get the reflect on the Storm Arrow kills. So a good start here for the Handsome Hogs, but Sin trades out on the Genji.
Decide to cap that.
And they're not capping. Sin's just going off. Just killing everybody. They do eventually rotate to point. They do have the tank advantage here. Yo's gonna swap over onto the Winston, but already a dragon from Red Cactus here.
Already. We got Monkey in here now.
I mean, the Shimada brothers for the Cappy Blappies going hard there with that fight, getting 5 kills, I believe, between the 2 of them.
Between Rex Cactus and Sin, my God, dream team.
I mean, they are undefeated, and so there's a good reason why. You can see why this DPS line looks very strong so far, but. If you're looking at Papa Triste will have this Kitsune Rush to engage in, but Yoda goes in hard on the Cassidy, forces out that roll as well as the amp. Now Post kind of alone on point for each use a bubble, but they do have the recharge rate increased here with the Kitsune Rush, but EJ has been asserted the Lucio differential. Oh, the grab comes in way too late. As the kills are already come here in favor of the Cappy Blappies. Very strong flip-flop will get the final blow onto Goku. And here comes Poke with a swap over onto Winston. You know, Poke, more of a main tank player, actually. So this Winston swap could be huge for the Hogs and the chance to take back this first map. They are losing control, and they're losing it fast. Flambo Jambo!
He missed the rock.
Okay, similar to last point, can one troll destroy the entire team?
Oh, 2 dragons at once.
But Goku's is bigger, gets a kill on the Red Cactus, and Trey is just forced to retreat to the Mega, but Poke is there! Sneaky monkey! Dominates the Genji, and that is disastrous. This time it wasn't Trick to Despondor, just Flambo Jambo showing up his Lucio tech. Might have learned on TikTok, by the way. Do not take anything you learn from there seriously. But you look at the ulti, we'll have Beat here coming up here for the Blappies. Dive comes in from Yoda, and the anti-aid on to Poke. Falls very weak and goes straight into the mouths of the dragon. Poke sent back to spawn, but they do have the beat here for the remaining members. Here comes the Prime Rage out from Yoda. However, the later beat here from Flambo Jumbo could be monstrous, and yes it is. Yoda goes in with the Prime Rage, gets 2. As, you know, when Flambo Jumbo was actually part of the fight, is able to contribute the team with that huge beat, and flips the point back quickly in favor of the Cappy Blappies. Around 38% garnered here for the Handsome Hogs, but they're going to get aggressive here on this. See if they can get any potential picks. Doesn't quite look like it, but Yoda, please don't feed. Yoda, the only reason your team's lost any fights so far this entire match has been feeding. Poke does fall very weak, but does get healed up. Forced to retreat, though. So a lot of cooldowns are already embedded here from the Hogs. They got to go hard on this. Flip-flop will have the Nano, though. Probably looking to Nano Trey in here for that blade, but here comes Poke with the dive in onto the Ana. Forces out those Silent the High Noon, can't get the kills, but does deal a lot of damage. However, Trey has a Dragon Blade, looks to whip it out, finds one onto Eatmeister, but Flip-Flop is getting dove on hard here by Poke, and they do get the pick onto 3 members here, the Handsome Hogs. Their dive comes in, they sustain the blade without the beat. Pau Triste lays down the Susan to keep the remaining members on the point alive, but Trey is still there, still doable, never mind Goku. The veteran presence strikes again, takes down Trey, and now you look at it, a lot of ulti up here for the Handsome Hogs. They could hold this.
Oh, yeah.
Here comes the dive in from Yoda. Forced to use that bubble, but Poke gonna block off the healing from the Ana with their own bubble. So Yoda finding very weak here. But before he used the Primal, Goku gets the slash through and uses the blade. Gets a kill. And that's a really good fight for the Handsome Hogs. You win the fight with Blade alone, and that's very good for your chances, especially you can hold on to that beat in Primal.
Mm-hmm. This 1v1 that Yoda's not gonna win, but he's there.
Calls out a 1v1 as all like 17 members of the enemy team is standing right there.
Yeah, right.
Yoda might get a
Oh!
cactus with 2!
They walked right into that one.
Poke had the Primal Rage 2, chooses not to invest it for whatever forsaken reason. There isn't a third point if you don't win this map. The recall is forced out from Yeetmeister, but he's good. Get the contest for long enough for Poke possibly to return. EJ has the beat as well. EJ lays it down, but it's not enough.
Oh, but he got in
already
there.
Goes down. They have the Primal Rage, and here comes the beat from Flamboyant. Both are traded out here, but Trey almost has his blade online. Poke has a Primal, but they get power trees before they can get Casino Rush here. Goku has used to reflect on the bridge. Can't quite do too much. I mean, Poke still has a Primal Rage here for the sustain. Not too much coming out of it. The blade is popped from Trey as well. Gets an under Goku. Finds 2. And finds a 3rd as well. Here comes the Dragon Blade from Trey. It's good enough. The 4K to clean up the final kill. Gets a nano for his troubles. And the Cappy Blappies are going to take this first map in a fairly dominant fashion, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, that was, especially on the side of the DPS, pretty dominant.
I mean, the thing that surprised me the most was Wreck Cactus on the Hanzo was the one that got, I'd say, more value sometimes than Troy on the Genji. You know, Genji sort of a meta pick right now with its current state, and then yeah, just had the Hanzo's like, okay, I can say headshots, it's good enough, and then it was good enough.
Yeah,
got the
pretty
kills.
much got to pick every time he dragons those 2 maps, so which isn't always easy.
We're gonna say a very good start here so far for the Clappy Bappies, but we are gonna see the Handsome Hogs pick for our hybrid map on the other side of this break. Do not go anywhere.
These beats are the purest. Roll it, roll it.
and welcome on back to the Cappy Blappies versus the handsome Hogs. The battle of the undefeateds here in week 4 of Aurora Esports Overwatch Clash. The Cappy Blappies taking a pretty strong start on our first map of Lijiang Tower, but we have gone over onto King's Row. And I'm kind of interested to see how this is going to work out, because we saw that Blappies not scared to play the Reinhardt compositions. And, you know, King's Row, known for the Reinhardt, of course, but the Zarya can also still work here. But it does look like we're going to start out with that Reinhardt here on the defense here for Yoda. What do you think, just like the advantage here the Blappies might be seeing for the Reinhardt over the Zarya? Just like, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, with her double bubble, I mean, she can block that shatter at this point a little easier than before, but I think with the both of those DPS thriving with some shields there, I think it'll be beneficial to those guys. But the Zarya bubble for the Reaper is going to be a good pair up.
And yeah, we should mention that ManiaMoon, we didn't mention that before, but it is finally back. The pair of the Xfinity has fixed their internet, so the Reaper guy has returned for the side of the handsome Hogs. Now they're only down salty.
Oh, they're all hiding.
They just exploded.
Poor babe.
Yeah, that's just the damage output of that Junkrat. Just so look at Trey already 40% to that Junk Tire as well. Yoda touching spawn doors challenge completed here. And they're just gonna walk out. Goku try to make a telephone both call there, but didn't quite work. Got sent back to spawn. Yeah, that was a good fight there for the Blappies. Over to blink of an eye and Trey halfway tire. That's about it. Like going for it again, Goku saw him make over onto the Sojourn off the Echo here. Use that slow orb, but it doesn't really catch anybody out in rotation, so, I mean, ManiaMoon's going to walk it straight down main, but they don't really have anything here. Poke had to use that bubble early as well, so can't really build up that energy. Has 0 energy right now. And there's just nothing the Zarya can do against this Reinhardt who's in your face. This is the main problem with Reinhardt in Overwatch 2, is he can't get in your face as easily, because that's where he does his most damage. Of course, if you get Rein in close quarters, he's an absolute menace. But you just dies kind of before he gets there. But Yoda staying alive, using the shield management perfectly here. Trey has his tire, and they have the Cassini rush out from Flip Flop. Tire goes on the back and finds 2. And I mean that's
the end of that fight.
Yeah, that's gonna be it here. I mean, if you're the Hogs, what do? You're getting walked on right now. This does not look like the battle undefeateds.
I don't even know what I mean, they have support ults coming up, but other than that, I don't really know what the play is.
Oh, Yoda's behind. Yoda's gonna shatter from behind, isn't he? He's about to swag out. Swag alert! Lays it down. The Sousa was there from tree stay in time to save most of the people, but Goku laid out on the ground and dies. And Yoda, 25 HP this entire fight, is still alive, just swinging like a madman. They're gonna use the beat. So potentially a mistake there from Flameo Jam, but that might not have been very necessary. As now they do have the Graviton Surge with no real counterplay for the support of the Blappies. So, you know,
they almost all have all their ults at this point for the Hogs. So it's kind of hard to lose this next fight. But we could see.
Here comes a grab.
That's
it's a
good
3-man. That's a very nice one. Here comes the Reaper off of ManiaMoon as well in the back. Gonna find 4 kills. And
just investing. They only used 2, so or they used 3. Never mind. Well, they still have 2. That's better than investing all 5 of them. Proud of them for that.
And they saved on the big ones. They saved on the overclock as well as the beat, so it could be decent enough. Trey still has his tire here, but you open up point A. Yeah, you forced it open. You brute forced it, but it worked. You know, you smashed it with a sledgehammer, but. Does EJ fall for the Maya? Does not. Here comes the overclock from Goku, looking to get like pretty aggressive on this, but the tire out from Trey. I mean, Goku is just trying to look for it. Not gonna find anything but Poke left alone. Don't know what happened there. I think just the space create by the tire from Trey on the back line was simply too much. ManiaMoon forced use that Wraith here, falling very weak on the cart. The Sousa was thrown up by Triste as well. But they won't have that fight for this that cooldown for that kind of fight, and Trey gets a late stagger kill on a ManiaMoon. Down that Reaper, it's gonna be pretty hard to push here, especially with only your beat to use.
Oh. No.
This is, I mean...
Very split playing right now from both teams, but still the Caps coming out on top.
Oh my god, this is bullying right now.
This is
bullying right now.
so strange. What is this, quick play?
I mean,
and here we go. She's pushing the cart. Oh, she's back up again.
Here comes a high noon from Red Cactus on the flank. I don't understand what's happening anymore.
Oh.
The cart has gone back past the choke. And they didn't use any. They use high noon, the best ult in the game, of course, but they still have 3 to use for this upcoming fight. I mean, the Hogs, they're close to that 5 ults again.
They're still holding that beat.
Yoda has the grab.
Oh, that McCree.
Throws down the grab, the Suzu, and the beat on top of it. Doesn't say poking time, but they've lost the Cassidy, so this could be doable. But Trey has a tire!
Oh! We're pushing cart. Let's see if they notice. Oh, no. Mighty just decided to draw attention to himself.
I'm gonna say it. Trey should be arrested for vehicular manslaughter in the state of Ohio in the year of 2023. This guy is absolutely a menace with his tires right now. Maya Dwarf uses that right form to get aggressive here onto Yoda. The Casino Rushes are traded. Civil Engineers are very excited because the streets are now laid. Here comes the Immortality Field, but Maya Dwarf in the back on Maya Dwarf 2. Maya Dwarf gets the value with that Death Blossom, but it's a 2-for-2 trade. But still winnable for either side right now, but it looks like the Handsome Hogs have finally brute forced their way through. Maya Dwarf just has to build Blossom and they want to fight. It's just so easy to just build Blossom, Forehead.
Yeah, all they gotta do is use like 3 ults. It's fine.
Genius strategy.
Yes,
Overwatch
just build them.
Shaking in their boots.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, Poke has this grab. Trey doesn't have the tire just yet, so it's now at a 3K on the way. He's trying to play some geometry here with... Oh, the beat comes through, keeps Yoda alive, and here comes Trey from the high ground, from the top ropes. We'll find Maya Dwarf, and now Trey stepped behind him. Trey's on the support line with Red Cactus. Looking pretty deadly here for the Handsome Hog, but they just push forward. They just ignore that they kill both supports here for that Blappies. So it's still very doable here. EJ falls so low, but, I mean, they got EJ, but... There's nothing they can really do. He's just Trey in the back right now. But he's just getting hunted down on the Mega Room. Can he get a kill? No, he cannot!
Oh.
Poke cleans that up, and Goku's been pushing the cart slowly but surely the entire time. Flamma coming in here for the touch. Hits the rollout. Looks pretty cool. Looks pretty swag. But that's not going to highlight montage anytime soon. Ends up right back in spawn. And the supports just feed their lives on the cart for a couple extra seconds of delay. Right catch with another headshot kill. Goku just absolutely... Just jumping in the back like Batman here, trying to get anything done, but he and Bruce Wayne's son, he gets sent right back to the molten lava below as his body goes through the map, and yeah, that's I guess you get point B, so not the end of the world if you are the Handsome Hogs, and you're coming up on a Maya Dwarf ultimate here. Another fight went inbound.
Their defense is good. We'll see if their attack is as good.
That Cactus has his high noon, but just simply walks into a slow orb. Refuses to acknowledge its existence.
Oh, we got a 3K. Here we go.
I mean, Trey got 2.
And another
but you Maya Dwarf responds with 2 of their own. Both Zaris are still alive here, but Yoda has no support. Yoda goes down. Maya Dwarf has a bigger ultimate here to win this fight. Red Cactus has the high noon, but they're just hiding behind cart. Okay. And here comes a Casino Rush from both sides. Here the grab is huge from Poke. And Goku has his overclock here on the point, but Sid such him down with that conch mine through the Kitsune Rush. Gets that off so quickly on cooldown. He's just barging forward with damage. So much disruption, so many kills for the Junkrat here on King's Row. As it looks like that might just be where the cards laid to rest. Oh, the rollout.
Mighty Dwarf's gonna make a... Oh, there it is. Never mind. Ball coming in. Is Ball gonna make it? Ball makes it.
It doesn't matter. Trey is 1v5 in your team and spawn.
He's done this 3 times! I didn't notice that he was literally in the spawn.
He did that 3 times. He just walked around the corner, conk mine, and killed somebody.
Oh.
Huh.
Man.
Alright.
Well, let's see if their attack is as good as their defense was. Pretty much only losing fights when the other team used 3 ults at a time, so... High hopes.
Let's see. put yourself in the shoes of a Hogs super fan right now. You have all the merchandise. You have the Poke Winston stats. You have the Goku feeding emoticon in the game. You got the Mighty Dwarf Blossom in a flower pot on your kitchen counter. You got EJ exclamation point screeching from your lungs. And you got Papa Triste, who's part of the squad for today as well. How do you bring it back on King's Road and take it to a 1-1 series? I
use my tried and true method of crying.
Oh.
And then just privately, and then turning on the mic and going, we got this, guys. We can still do it. Like, let's not get down, because as soon as you get down, then the game doesn't become fun anymore. Okay, so you got to get the team riled up. You got to get them ready. This is this moment when usually I would say Reinhardt speeds through the top door just for fun. Like, I don't know. Have fun, do something. But I don't
Coach
have
Moon,
a lot of faith.
Coach ManiaMoon, already better than Shanghai Dragons Moon Coach. That's all I'm saying. Just do something, and you will win the game.
Yeah, I just try something fucking weird. That's my.
I mean, they're emoting on the corner. That's kind of weird. That's kind of quirky with it. They're a bit quirked up on this Saturday afternoon, but here we go. This first fight's popping off here. But they do force out the Wraith form quite early from Mighty Dwarf, so you're going to be able to get aggressive here on the Zarya. Poke is in there right now with no help. Somehow stays alive through the healing there from Papa Triste, but they do get Mighty Dwarf without that Wraith form. The slow orb is thrown into Hotel, but it doesn't matter. There's an easy checkout method online as they get out with 0 deaths here for the side of the Hanson Hall, or for the Cappy Blappies. My bad. Hanson Hall's lost 2. I mean, they're on the point, and they're just taking the space and dominating it right now. If Goku gets a pick, perhaps with a fully charged railgun shot, it could be doable. Nice slow orb. There you go. Like I said,
there it is.
Nostradamus has struck, and they just don't touch.
Not save.
And they just don't touch. That's fair enough. You know, that's a good strategy. That's doing something. Refusing to touch the point, but Mighty Dwarf is in there right now. They do get Flambo Jambo, so. I mean, point B, the choke is kind of where you want to hold anyway, so that's obviously what they're planning for here. They have Graviton Surge, they have Kitsune Rush, could be doable. But Trey has Tire, so it's a 3K incoming. But the grab is thrown in, they get 2 kills here, and the Suzu from Papa Triste stays alive through that Tire. Well played by this Ringer player, who has played every single week, I think, in the league so far, so she should have just signed up for the hell of it. But she wants that first win as a non-captain. She's just trying her damnedest here.
Oh. Kree looking like he's doing a little dancey dance over there, looking for something secret.
Not that they see him.
But they definitely saw him immediately.
They use the Kitsune Rush here as well as the overclock here from Goku, but they lose out on Mighty Dwarf, so looking quite in favor here. The Blappies so far as they lose out on both their DPS. Yo's going to walk forward here with a decent amount of energy. Walking forward, has a bubble as well. Has his grab, could lock down these 3 remaining players and get some late staggers here. But not even needed. They're just going to kill the Lucio out early. The Suzu is there for a second to keep Poke alive in the fight, but Tricius has to go away from the team.
We might want to pause.
Yoda?
We might want to pause. Yeet is gone.
No, Yeetmeister was a ringer who was simply spectating.
Oh, never mind. I apologize.
Car.
For some reason, I thought he was in game.
Well, he was in game last map, but then my dwarf.
I know.
Weird how time works like that. Anyway, my dwarf gets a kill on Trace. That's awesome. You know, clockwork. My dwarf gets a kill on Reaper. And now has a Reaper ult here, so this defense could solidify here. It's 3 minutes and 48 seconds remaining, but on point B of King's Row, that. You know, those 4 minutes can go away pretty darn fast.
He's doing a little crouch dance. Let's see when he drops down here.
They're gonna grab here. The beat goes in, but here comes the flanking Reaper. Oh, wow. That didn't work out like Coach drew it up. Coach ManiaMoon is simply distraught right now. That one didn't work out.
Honestly, I thought he was going to do something, and he didn't.
He didn't follow the plan.
And I recommend doing something, usually.
Doing something is usually a pretty good plan to have going in here, and that just didn't come to fruition. Sadly, Coach gives a good game plan, but Trey used the Tire here. Speaking of game plans, Poke used that double to block the Tire out. We'll have grab here. It's 1-for-1 right now, and the Kitsune rushes RGH on point, but they're on the backline right now, but Yoda gets the kill on Patrice. There's a lot of healing gone here for the side of the Hogs. But Dwarf still has his ultimate here. Just keep someone on point. Dwarf kills someone again, but now Goku's 1-for-1 on cart. Goku needs help.
1v1.
They might push the safe as getting help. He's not gonna get it.
Oh no, they just seen denying that.
Just don't touch the point.
I
And
just
Dwarf still
don't.
has Death Blossom.
They chased down the wrong people.
Oh, kill the Zarya on point, please. Anyway. What I meant to say is we're point C on King's Row is where Time Banks go to die.
Exactly.
Not point B. I simply misspoke. But here comes Maya Dwarf here with the TP in. Kind of ices flip-flop.
Mighty Dwarf still holding that.
He goes back in after Wraith form.
Oh, yeah. He didn't do something. You know, that's just not what I recommend.
He quick reset, boys. Anyway, they use a Suzu and they grab and get 0 kills because the Suzu. I love immortality abilities in my FPS games. Maya Dwarf still has this Death Blossom. It's your only ult you have. You should try to use that sometime soon. Yoda has the Grouton Surge, though. Could be big. Lux to lock him down, 95% and counting towards that. Maya Dwarf is back in the fight here. Has the Death Blossom. Could look to get aggressive with it. A bubble is used from Poke, but here goes Maya Dwarf. Potentially.
Now's the time, Mighty.
Potentially goes for the warrant. He's gonna get 1. And gets 1 for the troubles. And here comes a tire off from Trey. Potentially 1 kill. Nope. But good enough. Made space. Oh.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, unfortunate is a good way to put that. It all just goes down to that 1v1 of Goku on cart against a Zarya. Not much you can really do there as a soldier with a Zarya with 2 bubbles. Hey!
He's got to touch it. We didn't see the touch.
Did the calculation for the parabolic in his head. Good on Trey. Genius player. Anyway, we are at match point here now for the Cappy Blappies. Can the handsome Hogs bring it back on Escort? Stay tuned and find out. We'll see you on the other side of this break.
These beats are the purest. Roll it.
Alright everybody, welcome back to the battle of the undefeateds. You know, I keep trying to hype this up, but this match not quite living up to the billing so far, but we could see a reverse sweep map 5 situation, so we can't give up our hopes yet. Coach ManiaMoon got in, said do more things, so the Hogs are ready. The Hogs are ready for battle, or at least we hope they are. Going over onto our potentially final map of the series, which is going to be Dorado. Dorado, you can play, kind of get a D.Va, a Winston. You could play some different things here. Not really the best for Zarya, so you've been seeing you haven't had too much success on the Zarya mirror if you're the handsome Hogs, so not a bad map selection in my opinion here for them.
We're going Bastion, which I'm interested to see how that goes. But we do have a D.Va and a Winston, so not surprising at all.
Yeah, the Bastion is moving out. He's actually there. He's real.
He is leaving the spawn.
I could make a Blanky to Blank is Blank meme reference here because of the Corey stream, but he's not playing this game, so I can't say that. He's wearing the Hangzhou Spark, of course, because Trey's a simp for pink. But, I mean, yeah, the D.Va is an interesting picker. We haven't actually seen D.Va so far this series, so something new. In terms of the DPS here, some different looks here out from the Cappy Blappies. The Ashe, first time I've seen this, as well as the Bastion, so pretty neat stuff, honestly. And I mean, Guku tried to take some space here with Poke on the high ground, but this is like Red Cactus to farm up some damage and get potentially a pick here. Guku is burned to death on the point. Someone gets Man Extinguisher. Looks like he's gonna go find that Mega Pack. Yes, he will, just in time, but it's not gonna do him too much good as he dies almost instantly after picking it up. Oh, Red Cactus is just playing Duck Hunt on this high ground right now with Ashe. And the Bastion hasn't had a swap yet because he's still alive.
I don't know. I mean, he's got 37 ult charge, so he must be doing something.
Guys, I can't swap. I always have ult. He puts down the grenade here. Just counter the dive out the sleep. Not going to find any too much, but the defense again finds his pick. It's very early. Oh, Maya Dwarf tries to kill the Bastion. Alpha threat identified, but alpha threat protected from the Mercy Pocket from Flip Flop, and now EJ trying his best to do anything like get back to play, and Flip Flop's gonna get a kill. Madam President has been eliminated.
Caps almost have all their ults, and Hogs are falling way behind in that department.
Yeah, you could say that. It's not looking the best right now, but hey, like we saw the Hogs, they just need 5 ults to win, and it's done. There goes Poke down almost immediately. Oh, I mean, Red Cactus is just hitting some nasty shots on this Ashe.
And we're just gonna push cart and hope for the best.
Oh, cart is moving.
But D.Va noticed.
Guku be doing a bit of cart movement. And
Flip Flop taking out her pistol.
Classic Jamie maneuver. But they lose out on My Dwarf. They could potentially punish Yoda here if he's not careful. No, we're gonna get healed up almost immediately. And just gonna get even more aggressive.
Oh, wow.
Even hit ground.
That was so sad. He just like face planted the wall in his untimely death. So we have 5 ults that are being unused, and
we almost have 10 ults.
Hogs are coming up with the ults now, and I'm sure they'll be using a few.
I mean, I'd hope so. You've seen the neutral game has not been going quite your way so far.
Okay, we have a nanoed Mercy going in.
The Nano Valk has been engaged, but I think she's finding is a bubble. Find an opponent.
Oh wow. Maybe wasn't the play, as they have lost this fight. But it was a fun play, and that's what I think is important.
Yeah, I'm gonna do something I don't usually do on stream. I'm gonna do I said something I don't usually do on the main stream. I'm gonna do a meme. So here we go. I'm gonna zoom in here. Everybody point and laugh at this user. She's dead again. Everybody point and laugh at that user. Send her on your screen right there. Anyway, back to our unregular shenanigans. They're going to get those early picks there as well on the point B defense. So they're going to get this high ground control here for the attack on B. This could turn around quickly as you have 3 ults here for the side of the attackers.
I am surprised that they managed to do that without too many ult usage. And although it may have been the artistic choices of the Caps in that regard, but They had fun and they were laughing.
Yeah, they were laughing. Here comes the Bastion ult here out from Trey, but it does not matter as the Blade is engaged here from Goku. They're going to find some late staggers here as well, as the Ana is still alive here for Flambo Jambo, and finally gets taken out of his misery. As that might be point B taken already here. Mighty Dwarf has another Death Blossom, and they force a self-destruct out of Yoda. Yoda won't be able to touch this point in time with 2 meters remaining. It's over!
Oh, nope. You could not get it.
I'm a prognosticator when it comes to stuff like that. He couldn't tell. I could obviously tell he'd be like that millisecond behind that he was. So easy.
Yes, big brains.
You did use a lot of ults there, but look at the Blappies. They have nothing. They have no ults. And you have Death Blossom, which when we've seen Mighty Dwarf actually press the Q button, has been very successful. So hopefully he decides to use it this time rather than hold on to it. But looking to go aggressive here onto the Bastion. They're gonna find the kill. Oh my! The flick shot here from Mighty Dwarf to get the headshot on the Red Cactus. Not even need the Death Blossom. They use the Valkyrie.
Flap with the pistol again.
The Valk, and she's just flying around. She's just mothing. Any mothers?
She's not being helpful, but she is participating. And that's what's important.
Just like me for my school pizza party. Anyway, we do have the sleep coming out here onto Mighty Dwarf. A lot of ults being invested here, but Goku has a blade in the back. I'm waiting for this. I'm waiting for his ult from Mighty Dwarf. They don't touch.
Nobody touched. They had fun, and they didn't have fun and win that round, but they did have fun and lose it. I'm
about to lose it. If this keeps up, I don't know if I can do that for 3 more maps.
I enjoyed the plays. I always say do something funny, and they did, and I'm proud of them for that. And we'll see if they kind of get it together this round and decide not to do any funny, quirky, memey things, or if they decide that we should go on to a 4th game.
Double down, all in.
Yeah.
The memes will work if we they're shooting. At least they're in the attack response. They can swap. It's doable. But I honestly don't believe Trey's gonna swap off this Bastion.
The Trey Bastion wasn't too bad on defense when they were like actively defending at the beginning.
I will say if he swaps off the Bastion, I'll offer him a big sloppy one on the lips. How about that one? Big old kiss if he just swaps off this Bastion, huh? Let's see if he's stream sniping. Can someone say I was actually hitting sleep darts? My team doesn't believe me. You did hit 1 sleep dart onto Mighty Dwarf at point C that I saw. It appears Trey is not swapping. He's not going to get anything from me. A sad day for him, but at least he's not stream sniping, ladies and gentlemen. We are a very respectable league. But here comes Yoda, and there goes the 5-man hit squad! Yoda almost loses the mech there almost instantaneously. Lucky Diva is kind of busted. He'll stay alive the entire time. Here comes Trey with that turret mode. But Goku is on him, and they're going to get the kill, so the Bastion goes down. And they're maybe going to get Yoda out of mech here as well. A very aggressive hold here from the Hogs, but it seems to be working so far. They res! He's back, baby!
I don't see this going well. Okay, I was correct.
Okay.
The moment when you start turret moding the Genji is the moment that you get deflected.
And Flip-Flop falls very low. Flip-Flop goes down. They're going to lose it on Goku, though. So I think it's a worthwhile trade for the attackers. They are getting that progress as you're mentioning.
But I mean, not for long.
Hey, Trey swapped to a character that isn't Bastion, so that's good for them.
Proud of him.
Appears we need another pause coming out here. They want Trey to go back to Bastion. They're a little upset in the team chat. They swapped so heinously, so quickly. It was gonna work. It's in a 3rd fight, bro. Believe me, just trust me. But yeah, I mean, Trey's entered the void. I told you it was Trey's fault. So when you look at both these squads here, you look at both those ultimates. What team do you think has advantages upcoming fight? You know, just looking at the ults potentially building up here.
Truthfully, they're pretty close here on alt building. I think Flambo might be getting alt soon, and we may be seeing a play from them. If patterns are to continue, I'm interested to see if that happens. And in my expert opinion, things
Which you
are
are.
happening.
You're on a broadcast, therefore you're an expert. They're gonna get the kill on the red cactus, just walk on them. They just kind of just walk over him. It works. The Souza out from Tree State will keep up those low members in this fight, and they're go aggressive here even more. I mean, you do almost have ult here from Poke. He also has the Primal Rage, so just going to try to build that up here and go hard on the back line, go hard in the paint like LeBron James. Looking to get that kill. They are going to get Trey sent back. Oh, the squish doesn't quite happen. It was so close. We just saw it on this broadcast. Very close to getting that squish, but the Goku's going to go hard here.
Mighty coming behind.
Yeah, Mighty Dwarf's going to get the kill on the Yoda, maybe? Nope, Yoda's going to get out with the mech, but... I mean, look at this defense so far. Oh my, another pick from Goku. Goku going absolutely hard. Shrub mode activate. If you know, you know.
It's going much better than before.
Comes Yoda, comes up there with the dive trade, trying to build up towards that duplicate, but here comes the blade from Goku. Gonna slice and dice his way through two members of the opposition here. Oh, Trey gets out with his life, just barely there with the heals of Flambo Jambo. Flambo Jambo caught out of position here a little bit. Will they go down? They're going to lose on Yoda here to stagger. What is happening? What was that? What did I just witness?
Was she trying to res? I didn't see.
They were trying to res the baby diva, and... Okay, we're going to duplicate
Okay, we're
here.
investing duplicate for... and losing it immediately.
We're dying immediately. Me and the boys. They kill Red Cactus again. I mean, Trey's still behind him right now. Gets a pick on a Tree State, but...
I mean, they're down one healer. If they
Hog.
push now, it's something, I guess. But we've got to switch to Hog, if I'm interested.
60 seconds remaining.
This is disgusting.
To know why.
Maya Dwarf is forced out here, but is going to keep the life. Has this ultimate, could be huge. I'm trying to keep myself calm and not absolutely obliterate my mic. But here comes Pokken with the engager. They're going to use the Bob to try to create some space. Trey finds the Lucio very weak, but can't quite get that focusing beam on him right now. Red Cactus probably very weak as Poke has the Primal Rage in the back. Maya Dwarf looking at Bob menacingly in the back there. But you've already lost on your Ashe. You use your Valkyrie and you got nothing for it. You're gonna get EJ though, so a good pick there. You lose out on that Lucio. Maya Dwarf forced to Wraith out as well here as Yoda looks very scary on the Roadhog right now. They have both DPS ults coming up here. Goku, use a duplicate. Here comes Maya Dwarf. We'll find one kill on a Yoda. And the blade out from Goku. Trying to slice and dice his way through the opposition. Not
and
gonna
she gets the res off.
Gonna get one. And again, they res the Hog. So Hog back in the fight, but Poke is turned as well. A good deflect out there from Goku, stopping that whole Hog from getting too much value. And here comes a Kitsune rush from Papa Triste. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to map 4. I mean, wow, that might be some of the worst Overwatch I've seen all season.
Yeah, I think they felt really confident and they decided that they wanted to prove how confident they were by winning the next map instead.
We're going to prove how awesome we are by winning in map 5.
Exactly.
Give you the hope of a reverse sweep.
But, I mean, that was some good gameplay from the Hogs. I just don't know if it was good gameplay or if it was the Caps making choices that I don't agree with.
The worst thing I've ever seen. So I don't think we're going to a map break because we already got our next map is Colosseo, which plays more into that Zarya kind of composition that we've seen. The Brawly styles worked very well so far for the Cappy Blappies. So, I think a good solid pick from them. There's only, 3 picks you can choose from when it comes to when it comes to push, but
I mean, I'm sure we'll be seeing some hit scans from Cap and a Mighty Dwarf Reaper here. I wouldn't be surprised if we had very similar comps to our last couple games. So
I also love when I ask if teams are the Cappy Blappies, each all 5 of them respond with something like R, when I just want to hear one person from the Hogs speak up or forever hold their peace. They just standing there, Sigma staring me in the lobby. Apparently, we could have gone to a map break. MB. But I mean, okay. In your expert opinion, have the Blappies open Pandora's box? Have they allowed the reverse tweet to potentially start here? Have they allowed the confidence to swoon in the Handsome Hog chat? Have they, got their swagger back?
I don't know, because I don't know if the Hogs know that was kind of a throw. I'm not sure, because if they know if it was a throw, they might still be kind of like, I'm not like really feeling it. I'm kind of down in the dumps. But if they don't know, then that's awesome, because that means that they have some confidence. They have, like, they're ready to go. They're ready to win. So I'm not in their chat, so I couldn't know. But hopefully they think that was just like really good play on their part. And it was, like, there were some good plays. So I think with a little bit of confidence from the Hogs and a little bit of the overconfidence of the Caps, I'm interested to see how this Coliseum goes.
And I mean,
because I'm sure the Caps are still like, oh, that was just a funny map. And the next thing you know, the Hogs could come and just reverse win on this.
I did not see the ready underneath Jamie's small talk. We do have the ready, so we're going to Coliseum. But the issue is, though, ManiaMoon, is Coliseum and Push in general is a very, momentum-based map. So if the Hogs win one map and get a solid first push, we could be seeing a map 5, and that could just destroy the Blappies' mental, if I'm being honest with you.
Yeah, no. If we go to map 5, the Caps are, like, gonna just be just in the same place as the Hogs. And then we'll have an actual equal footing mentality time
and the
here.
Hogs will throw to repay him back.
Exactly. But for me, my experience with push maps as a plat player currently is the first person who gets that first point, if you push it to first point right away, I mean, it's really hard to get it back. So I'm kind of looking for that beginning progress to kind of give me a little indicator of how this is going to go.
Which where I'm wondering if Rec Cactus could be the one to crack this open with that Soldier. More that long-range kind of hit scan capability. Could get a pick early here, as Mydorf kind of has to go in very aggressively to find a pick. So that could be the compositional difference here, something to look out for here if you are a diehard Hogs fan, as we've asserted Coach ManiaMoon to be. But, I mean, Poke is just going to be there, going to do some poking, pun intended. The Monkey just trying to put on the work game. Yoda going very aggressive here, though. Yoda might get taken out here if he's not careful. Rec Cactus finds that charge shot. Not going to find the final blow, though. But Poke is taking a lot of space here, as is Winston being very aggressive. But it does not matter. Both tanks get traded out here. So the 1-for-1 is basically... And there you go, flip-flop going down. That could be it. You lose out on that huge amount of healing from the I can't think of her name. Kiriko, there we go. But you lose out on that, as well as the Suzu. You lose out on the potential. And there you go. The first mirrors are getting gained here for the Handsome Hogs. His momentum could be building here.
We got a charge shot. Let's see if she hits it.
Nope.
No such luck.
Not gonna land it. But Yoda is again opposition again here, falling very weak. Forced to use both their bubbles, retreats. They are gonna get out. See, but Trey falls very weak here. Forced out an early Suzu from flip up as Mydro goes aggressive in the back line. They're gonna 1-for-1, but you've lost your Zarya. That's a huge favorably trade here for the Handsome Hogs as Poke is going bananas right now. More kills. And the Hogs again continue this momentum if Goku stays alive here. Goku with the headshots playing Sniper Genji.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is already a pretty strong indicator that they have gotten it together a little bit here and are ready to win for the Hogs.
And you have the Kasune rush here. Both are going to engage here with their Dragon Blade, but the beat from EJ is earlier, and Goku finds 2, both supports her down! Goku, the Genji diff, the veteran presence, Goku!
Rex missing that shot and just going right down without a pick. As for ults, I mean, we have a support ult and a DPS ult on both teams almost here. Oh no, that's the tank. Haha, don't listen to me.
And they're gonna swap to D.Va here. Maybe to try to deal with ManiaDwarf a little bit better as he goes aggressive. ManiaDwarf has this Reaper ult here. Goku just dashing through. And look, they're just getting so much free progress right now. On the second point, here comes the overclock, but a nice Promo Rage stops this from getting any value. Trey will find Poetry though. So I think that could potentially do it. I mean, Polka's in the back doing something with his Promo Rage, but I think there's going to retreat your handsome Hogs. You got first checkpoint. You got some extra meterage as well. I mean, Polka's still in the back line.
I mean, Goku is still hanging out. I don't know why, but he is.
Oh, he's just staggering the point. Because, I mean, the longer he stays here, the more of his team's going to get good spawn. And it's just, they distract him long enough, they can't push the card either, so they're going to have this fight again in mid.
I mean, yeah. I mean, half the team's already at that middle point.
Team's already there. Red Caswell is very weak here. ManiaDwarf is forced to use the Wraith early, though. So it could be an indicator of where his fight's going here. They're gonna Nano Boost up the Genji here. Trey goes in the back and we'll find EJ Lucio down. And here comes the Nano Genji in the background. Doesn't even need the blade. We'll get the kills. And ManiaDwarf uses that ultimate and gets 0 kills for it. So not exactly the best ult exchange there, as you only had to use Nano Boost. And, oh, they used the beat as well. I did not see that, but
yes. Did not use the blade with the Nano Boost, so we still have the blade opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't very needed there. He got 2 picks off the neutral game. Poke's gonna go aggressive here on the cart here. Try to force
and here
out
comes
those
that
supports,
blade.
and they lose Red Cactus. They do lose their loses, so it's a 1-for-1 trade now. Trey is gonna find 2 with this Dragon Blade. Could be a potential tourney here. As ManiaDwarf falls very weak as well, Poke is taken down. And without that tank presence, it's going to be very hard to hold his card down any longer here. ManiaDwarf is staying alive, but is running into the car. Can't quite get the last hit to work.
Staggered himself there.
D.Va hits him with the cringe as well. They do have the Casino Rush here for the re-engage, though, so they could stop before this checkpoint gets garnered.
D.Va's got bomb. I think she's setting up where she wants to throw that.
We are about halfway here to that checkpoint. Look to start engaging here. Poke's going to drop down onto it. They do force out a Wraith early from Red Cax, and Trey is very weak right now. They're going to 1-for-1 here, but lose out flip-flop is a very big trade here. Goku goes in with that Dragon Blade. We'll be slicing and dicing up this D.Va, this mech. Looking ready for the scrapyard. Better for wear, and there you go. Goku's going to go down, and can they stagger out Yoda here as well? Yoda's mech is very low. Goku is chasing right now. Can they get this mech out? Yes, they will. They're not going to have mech for his next fight. That's a huge play from Goku right there, off the back of the Dragon Blade. You will have Nano. 25 to Blade. Doable here. But they lose Flip-Flop! That's such a good dive! That's so good! And they're gonna start pushing again, more meters are being gained.
Red Cactus coming up on his ult, so I'm excited to see what he uses it for.
Both Reapers scared of each other. They both ran out. Red Cactus are getting a trade out as a Casino Rush comes in. Here comes Trey with
that bomb was
with
not
the Nano.
a very good throw.
I mean, you're winning the fight, but they're still pushing the cart. They're at 113 meters right now, and the cart just finally gets stopped. And I think, again, it's going to be a fight win here for the Blappies. Unless a miracle happens from Poke, but... I mean, Trey going very low. Trey. They do force out another ult from Red Cactus. And they're still...
Doesn't get any value, and he dies.
I think this is going to be again, they're fine. Okay. Goku's on the cart. They haven't cleared the cart yet. Goku, the last man standing, will finally get taken down. But that's...
I'm still pretty on my whole first person who gets first point has a huge advantage, and that's turning out to be very true as the Hogs are doing a pretty good job. Especially Goku with the stalling here.
And they're gonna play Sombra here, but here comes a dive in on the backline. Trey has the blade, but the beat from EJ. Oh no, it's the beat from Flamojambo. So they're gonna trade 1-for-1 here. Blades come out here as Goku won't find a kill, but Sin will fall to ManiaDwarf's. Awesome double shotguns. I love the Reaper guy, but and again the card is still pushing here. They're not getting. They used beat and blade and got no progress. Poke's gonna feed a little bit there, poking a little swag in the back line, but again, this cart is gonna touch the point, and they're gonna retreat and have another fight in mid, and with 2 minutes and a half remaining, I think we're going to map 5. I'm being a prognosticator again.
Oh. The sleep into the
I think he's gonna get good spawn though. I think just in time. Yes, Mighty Dwarf did get the good spawn, so they'll have a fight right at middle here. Especially if Yoda loses out on mech. Please,
yeah, Yoda's a little overextending here. Well,
oh, nice hack there from Rekkax on Naguku.
Oh, sleeping Mighty Dwarf, but he's got a bubble on him.
They sleep, they nano. I don't know if that nano was exactly necessary, but it does allow trade to build up towards that second blade here. And with a minute 50 remaining in the clock, you gotta capture this point here, or you're gonna be in for a long final minute and a half. But the ults are quite in their favor. I'll give them that. They have EMP, so they probably win. They might be going for a touch here if it gets a checkpoint. And yes, they will, just for a checkpoint hits. And they lose out on Yoda's mech. Flamebolt falls very low, Flamebolt goes down! The Promo Rage gets invested as well in the cart, and they don't have a mech. Flip-Flop going very weak here, and they don't get the checkpoints! Flip-Flop is trying their darndest to stay alive here in the face of Poke, the giant monkey man. But they're stacking themselves out.
Oh my god, this is the most staggered fight ever.
I mean, yeah, Flip-Flop, you can put in the montage if you want, but that's pretty devastating for your team. You have a 1 minute remaining. You didn't get that checkpoint, so you're going to go through the butt scratch mode where he just stands there for 30 seconds and does nothing. Again, it's pretty easy to say now, but I think we're going to a map 5. Again, a miracle could happen with EMP with a blade. But it's going to take a lot of mini miracles to make this big one happen. Here comes a Kitsune rush down main here from Papa Triste. A good engager. They get aggressive find Flambo Jambo. And with that Lucio down, that could spell some damage here for the hopes of the Blappies in this map. Yep. And yeah, like you said, that split. If they can get these staggers called Rekkax and Yoda, I can basically call that over. Yoda's trying to get out here. Yoda might escape. No! Rekkax goes down, head EMP! And then
that's the end of that game. Bubble bat.
We're going to map 5, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, we're going to see a little bit of holding, but just not...
The Nano Blade.
Here comes the Nano Blade and the EMP.
But they find 2 kills! The Nano Blade gets nothing! Goku finds 2! The 1.5 in the back.
Oh my god.
But that is a tilter! And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to map 5.
Oh my gosh. As a die-hard Hog fan, I am so excited to see us go to map 5.
Oh my goodness. You know, finally, the Battle of the Undefeated is living up. And that wasn't like a throw pick either by the Blappies. They were trying. You could tell. They whipped out their comp. They were running basically all game.
There was no, like, nanoed Mercy's Valking. All the blades were nanoed, you know? It just... Everybody was trying, and it wasn't enough for the little blue people that I can't remember the name of now.
The Clappy Blappies.
The Cappy Blappies.
We're going to send us on over to a map break, but don't go anywhere. Map 5 to see who takes home the crown of the undefeated champion of their division so far in this season continues right after this.
These beats are the purest. Prove it.
Alright, everybody. Welcome back into what is surely one of the Overwatch matches ever played in Aurora Esports history. The Battle of Undefeateds has gone to Map 5 between the Casablancan Cappy Blappies and the handsome Hogs. We are going over onto Oasis for our final deciding Map 5, and it all started on a small little map called Dorado. How far can I throw? Said the Cappy Blappies. They threw the ball over the mountain. Everybody clapped. Sadly for them, they still had a baseball game to pitch. Their arm, now injured from the toss, is finally called in for one final inning, the game all tied. Can the all-star pitcher bring it home?
Did you just make that up on the spot?
I did.
Oh, I'm really proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you, Coach ManiaMoon. I appreciate those kind words.
Yes,
I did something. Just like you taught me.
Exactly. Alright, so we have 2 monkeys going in, 2 Genjis, 2 of the same supports as well, so very similar team matchup.
The difference here is going to be the Reaper against the Sombra. Can the hacks find value, or will it just be the brawling potential of MyDwarf on this Reaper? The hack is not going to find anything.
We're doing a lot of jumpies here.
What is going on right now? Actual trampoline party at Yoda's house. But they are going to get the kill. MyDwarf was not invited. Invitation lost in the mail. Yoda playing pretty weak here, though. Yoda get healed away flip-flop. Amazing support play coming out there from the Cappy Blappies. And the hack comes in on a poke. Gonna fall very weak here. Yoda taking space on this Winston, getting something done here. But no picks coming in favor. Trey trying here with a dash. But they're gonna trade on Yoda. They do get the early cap with 2 kills here for the handsome Hogs. The Blappies are gonna be forced to retreat here. And what a translocator from Red Cactus.
Wow.
Almost went a whole 2 feet in front of him.
They turned that around real fast. Hey babe, I am currently casting, so I can't talk right now, but I love you.
You know what? If you want to talk to him, give him a nice how do you do this evening. I'll take over for the color casting for one fight. You can go ahead and
he's working. He's giving me the I'm on my way home call.
Awesome. Glad to see a thriving couple in the Aurora Esports League. But here we go. Trey has his blade coming up here, but they're going to go very aggressive here on the defense. 20% and counting. Trey flying very weak here. Post going to jump in here, but they lose on MyDwarf early here. But here comes the blades on both sides. EJ had the beat, but couldn't drop in time, and Trey's going to find 2, find 3. Going to slice his way through 3 members, just like their cheese. But I don't see the windows anywhere. But we're going to get a flip here. About 38% here for the handsome Hogs, but they had to use a lot to take that back.
Yeah. They almost have, I mean, they still have beat and EMP here, but I mean, together those 2 are pretty strong, so even by themselves. I'm interested to see how they use it.
Probably gonna see a quick engage here with the Kitsune rush out from Papa Triste. Here comes the Kitsune rush on to the side, but the EMP's a 5-man!
Oh, massive.
From Red Cactus, well played by the Sombra. Stops that Kitsune rush in its tracks. And here come the staggers as well. MyDwarf
we did invest beat. I did not see that till the end here.
Yeah, they EMP'd and beated. I mean, I guess you beat for the exchange for the Kitsune rush, so not the worst thing in the world. The EMP gets the final blows, but you still have the beat as well as the Reaper of the Death Blossom for the side of the handsome Hogs. They try to re-engage onto this point. And I think this is the match we were promised here. This looks like the match of the undefeated. Both teams trading back and forth very equally right now. Trying to find even the slice bit of opening. Yoda pretty aggressive here. Messed up the jump. Yoda falls very weak here. And they're going to go in on that. MyDwarf is hacked. Sin is there, but here comes the beat for the aggressive push. Trey has to use that deflip, and here comes the ult. Gets hacked out, but it doesn't matter. The damage has already been done. Yoda flying very as MyDwarf going very aggressive here on this Reaper guy. Flip-flop has that Suzu to stay alive. But on this grade, nearly enough here, as it's just desperation touches for the side of the Cappy Blappies. But they're going to get to 9%, it looks like. If Red Cactus stay alive, he cannot. But Flip-flop is there, and we are going
95%. Oh, 94%.
But, I mean, you traded a lot there for this defense that didn't hold. But you're going to have Casino Rush here for the re-engage, as well as Blade. So, doable.
Yeah.
They can do something.
And Monkey with the hold ults. Both of them have hold ults here.
And yeah, basically an Oasis Center, 60%, that's less fights. Because of how hard you can stagger this point out if you're on the defending side. Here comes the blade out from Trey. But they shut down! The Primal Rage is immaculate from Poke! Mr. Canada is hitting the stride, but they're gonna lose on EJ, so it's not done just as of yet. The Suzu comes in, then they're gonna trade it back and forth. A masterful Suzu from Flip Flop and the Primal in from Yoda. The EMP.
Oh,
that's
wow.
gonna do it. And despite the flaccid blade from Trey, they're gonna flip it back in their favor, and they're gonna take his first point of Oasis. But that was a very close map.
Mm-hmm. See, that's what I wanted to see those first 2 games.
Well, I'd say first 3. I don't think the third one was close either.
Third one doesn't count. It didn't even happen. I don't even remember that game. That was
first ever 4 map 5 in Aurora history.
Mm-hmm.
So what do the Hogs need to do here? Because it appears the Sombra is working a lot better here than it was in Colosseo. So what do you think needs to be adjusted, in your expert opinion? And do something doesn't count.
Expert opinion is, I mean, enemy Sombra is always an option.
It is.
But I don't know if either one of those players really plays Sombra.
It'd be up to Dwarf, really. And Dwarf is a very stellar, Reaper guy, more or less. Oh, but Rekax falls very low. They gotta get him out, and Yoda falls early. So this looks like a pretty heavy fight in favor of the Handsome Hogs right now, as a dive is engaging here on the back. They're gonna take the space right back. It looks like the point is gonna quickly flip in their favor. Yoda returning to the fight, finally back off the spawn. But the point has already seemed to flip in favor of the Handsome Hogs. And 3, 2, 1, there it is.
So maybe like a McCree or something?
Looking for a quick fight. A nice hack on a Mighty Dwarf, but no real follow-up. They are going to get the follow-up there on EJ. So it's a 1-for-1 here, but you lose out onto Yoda. So the tank presence is gone for the attackers, but Mighty Dwarf playing very weak here as well as Papa Triste. So Trey being a nuisance right now. Trey in your back line. He's getting the kills. Ret Cactus as well. The GPS duo trying their best not to lose. And it looks like
Trey
it's working.
really putting in the work this map.
EJ is just trying to stagger as much as he can for a bit of some extra progress. Guku is back as well, just one after another touching this point to get those last final seconds, and is going to earn about an extra 10% or so, which could be massive towards the end of this map. But no ults used for the side of the attackers there to flip the point back in their favor, so this could be massive, especially since you have beat to counteract really any engage here coming from the Handsome Hogs. Looks like the ready to engage down in through main. Mighty Dwarf trying to poke a bit of damage in, but here comes the blade out from Trey. It's going to get booped around by Poke on the Primal Rage! The blade gets nothing yet again, but Flambo Jambo finds Triste in the back. Triste is being a nuisance. Well, Flambo being a nuisance, but it doesn't seem to matter as a DPS coming in for the side of the Handsome Hogs. We're going to get the picks, and at just 1% more, they're going to get the point back.
That pokey play of primaling during Dragon Blade is golden.
Doing his job. As a fellow Winston enthusiast, you love to see some good monkey maneuvers coming out here. You love to see a fellow man go bananas like that. I mean, you have Blade, you have Reaper out here for the engagement. Here comes the Blade in the back line. We'll find one, finds Flambo Jambo, and the EMP was used as well there. As it was a Kasuni Rush, they get 0 out of these ultimates. These are all fight-winning ultimates they're investing here, and they get nothing.
If Sombra had waited like a couple more seconds for that beat, maybe some benefit would have come from that, but unfortunately.
And now it's just Kasuni Rush versus Beat. Last fight territory here. And Cat just swaps over to the Sombra. Oh, to the Reaper. What the? Goes the Hanzo instantly to the Reaper. This looks like some desperation times coming out here for the Cappy Blappies. They don't want to go to University. They don't want to go the all-conclusive round 3, map 5. But here comes the beat for the counteract on the Kasuni Rush from Flambo Jumbo. EJ falls very low. EJ's going to go down. So losing out on that Lucio could be huge here for the Blappies as they look to engage out the back of that. Sin flying very low here as well as Yoda. They're going to find out onto Trey. Mighty Dwarf's going huge here on the Reaper guy. Find the final blows. Can't get another one. Red Cactus search the Reaper diff. Gets 2 picks, and there you have it. They do flip the point back over here. But now it's an uphill climb for the Blappies to take this map 5. On this point, I should say. You're going to have the Blade. Poke doesn't have Primal Rage to stop it this time, so the Blade could get some massive value, and you really have nothing on either team right now. But the Hogs are closer on most things. That could be the deciding factor here. Here comes the blade. It's going to find one. Will it find a second one? Yes, it will. Finds a third.
Oh.
Give him the ace. Give him the ace. The ace from Sin there.
Wow. Trey really coming out.
Everybody point and clap at this user. Not like flip-flop. But you look at the ults on both sides here. It's getting pretty close for DPS as well as poke having this prime rage here for the Handsome Hogs. Last fight territory. They've got to get some value out of these here.
I mean, flip-flop's got the Kitsune, so that's a little one up here.
Very aggressive jumping here from Poke, but has that Primal Rage, and then the huge Death Blossom comes out from Red Cactus. And here, 2 picks. Trey's trying inside of the Casino Rush to get something done here. Can they do it? EG falls very low, but so does Trey. Trey goes down, and EG's still alive. And now it's just Yoda and Flip-Flop here. The Winston and the Kiriko. Cuckoo swaps over.
Oh,
it
my
could
gosh.
be Google. Is a monkey here? No, the Reaper has come in. The dishonorable Reaper play. As Mydra cleans up 2 kills, and we're going to University here. Again, unless a miracle.
Gosh.
Oh wow, here comes Trey with a last second dash in. Epic! Yeah!
Worth it!
So cool. And here we go. Map 5, point 3, 4-0 on the line. You couldn't ask for anything better on this Saturday night.
Ready for battle.
And they're gonna stick with this Winston. It looks like it so far, at least. And they're gonna go over back to the Rhine composition here for the side of the Cappy Blappies. We saw it work wonders on Lijiang Tower. Can it do it again? The secret sauce.
And it saved them from the sins of the 3rd map.
The reverse sweep. It's possible. Starting to move forward here. They see the Reinhardt. And they're just going to walk around him. They're going to isolate the Reinhardt, actually. Try to get a possible blow. But Guka falls so low. The Suzu is big from Tree State. It hits all 5 members. But now that Suzu advantage is in favor of the Cappy Blappies. They look to get possibly aggressive on this. But Yoda is so weak. Yoda's 1. Yoda goes down. 2 kills here for the side of the Handsome Hogs. Trent Synth's going to get that trade as well as the Mega. So he won't get picked up that easily. But the first flip in favor of the Hogs here. It's a 4-on-4. Trey is in, tries to poke out some early damage here, but Mydwarf forced out that reflect very early. Mydwarf does have to wraith out of this fight so far as Yoda goes very aggressive here on the Reinhardt in the backline, trying to get a kill. Mydwarf half HP, but they do get the kill. The Guka, the Genji is down, so it's a 5-on-4 here for the side of the Cappy Blappies. The pin finds nothing from Yoda, however he does make some space, falling very low here, but the healing is there from Flip-Flop. With those cards, I don't know what to call him, but Mydwarf goes in, finds 1, Mydwarf gets the kill, gets 3, Mydwarf! With a 4K! Despite the early pick from Trey, and just look at that point percentage, just barely flipped. Look at Flambo Jumbo. Please don't die. Get out. Run away. Looks like he's what he's doing. Most passive Lucio run gameplay known to man, anyway. We have the Prime Rage as well as a Casino Rush. This is looking pretty dangerous here for the side of Cappy Blappies. Oh, Flip-Flop dies in the cast! And there's gonna primarize the blade again! Trey does get booted back in. Trey gets 1. So it's not the end of the world, just as if Mydwarf gets the kill in a cactus in the side room. Sin falls so low, the mini was taken. And the point is still in favor here right now of the Handsome Hogs, but they beat?
They beat for
the
a
Winston.
very
He's so
legitimate
dangerous.
reason, I'm sure.
Guys, this Winston, he's got us.
It was dangerous, bro. We don't know.
They still have to deploy back over. Okay, finally they get it. 92%. But they had to use so much. I need to look at those ults building up here. You might dwarf 60%, but he's going to get it here. It's 1-fight territory for the Handsome Hogs. They win it. They're going to take this map and complete the reverse sweep. Trey goes in for a bit of a flank here, but Red Cactus is there with the Reaper ultimate. The Death Blossom is delivered straight to Papa Triste's door. Excuse me? They've turned this?
I don't even know what's happening.
They turned it somehow! What?
I don't. They didn't even get anything with Blade, and then I don't even know.
That might be it. Trey might have one last touch here with a dash, but it's desperation. It's desperation city right now. Red Cactus. Oh, Red Cactus can. Oh, they can't touch. Reverse sweep is completed.
And as the biggest Hog fan here, I can say that is exactly how I thought that was gonna go.
Oh my lord.
And Trey with this 4K.
So much just happened. Because Triste just got her first win as a non-captain.
Uh-huh.
The reverse sweep, of course, the entire series, but they also technically reverse swept control on the last map 5 because they went down 1-0.
Mm-hmm.
The handsome Hogs remain undefeated, go 4-0.
Those were games, and I watched them.
That was one of the games I've ever seen.
Honestly, the game was one of the games that I've
Now, we've got
participated in.
We've got to come up here with an MVP on this reverse sweep. Because there's so many options. I think after map 2 and the throw on Nambani, the Hogs all kind of locked in. They're like, we can do this. This is possible.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Blappies have shown vulnerability. They got a bit too big for their britches. And again, like I said, they're that relief pitcher that just threw their arm out in the 5th inning and now has to come back in for the final blow and just can't deliver. And now we got to figure out. Honestly, my pick would go down between Goku and Poke. I
was gonna say Poke because I feel like he really came out with protecting as a tank, and of course Goku's like got some really great ults. But I noticed every time Poke just did something that I was like, oh my god, a tank that's doing his job. That's fucking amazing.
My guy, he simply be protecting people and whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you gotta protect from that Genji blade.
Hello? So thank you for joining us, Poke1236 OK. Congratulations on the reverse sweep of the season so far. Thank you. One of the matches we've seen all season. Now we gotta talk, of course, about the bad first. Those first 2 maps were a slaughter. We're not gonna sugarcoat it. The Blappies came out looked very strong. So just what kind of happened? You know, who was that driving force of like the come on guys, we got this reverse sweep time incoming on map 3 of Dorado. You know, I have my suspicions of who it was, but I want to open up to you as the guy on the inside.
Like who is saying we're gonna reverse sweep?
Like who was that guy who was like, hey yo, it ain't over yet?
Well, I mean, I think we all had that in our mind, but it was definitely EJ.
Captain EJ.
Captain EJ.
So, I guess I'll open the floor to ManiaMoon for your question. You're hyping this guy up before he joined our call.
I was so excited to see you go fucking bananas every time that enemy Trey would ult and go in on your team, and you were like, no, denied. You get no value from this. Like 3 times at least, especially in that last map, or especially in those last 3 maps there. I was just like, oh my god, this tank is doing tank things. This is so exciting. So I just want to say you did great. And what were you saving for those ults, or do you just happen to have them while he was ulting? What was going on through your mind there?
Well, most of the time I was saving for him because I was just saving for him because we didn't really have anything else to
These beats are the purest.
besides like speed boost, I guess. So I was just using promo to deny that because I didn't really think I could get a solo pick with it because of the conflict they were on, at least the last map.
Nice.
And now we have the unenviable position of putting you in of if you could win the MVP, if you could get juiced up here by the casters, who would you shout out on your team as the MVP of this game? There are so many options. I think everybody on your team is deserving today, but you gotta give him a little something.
I think Goku did really good. I'm gonna give it to him.
A very solid. I think that veteran presence as well, Goku. He's been there for a few years. That was pretty big on the mental game. Like, hey, yo, guys, we got this. I know Julian. He doesn't get down. The guy could get swept. He's like, oh, wow, awesome game, guys. We're just so awesome. But
yeah.
Again, congratulations on that win, and again, thank you for the Preds. I very much appreciate it. As the solo Hog, there's 2 Hog believers, I think, but being one of the true Hog believers since day one, shout out to you guys for taking home that win for me.
I got you.
All right, we'll go ahead and send you on your way as we wrap up our production here. Thank you so much for joining us, and for everybody here at Aurora Esports, we hope you all enjoyed watching. Of course, if you haven't already, make sure to hit the follow, as well as put some points towards the Booney cosplay to Electric Boogaloo, if you haven't done so already this stream. And we will see you guys on our next production, which should be Week 5, final matches. Get excited, playoffs is around the corner. Have a great night, everybody. Stay safe, stay healthy, and have a good rest of your evening. Bye, guys.